Alright, there we go. Hopefully this works well enough. Goodness gracious. Alright, let's add a little capture. That is entirely too large. That's fine. Alright, turn it down. There we go. Alright. I think a little bit quieter. There we go. Hi, welcome. I'm gonna do art. Let's do some art. Hi. Hi there, Autistic Anniex. How you doing? You vibing? You hanging out? Because, goodness gracious, I just woke up from a nap that lasted like 4 hours. Can you even call it a nap at that point? That is the question of the century. Can you even call it a nap at that point? Alright, 1 second. So, we're gonna look at... I want to reference this image, because this is one image that I have of the character I'm gonna draw. Yeah, this will work. Starving, I drank coffee, and right now, 1:23 a.m., I'm dying. This is not my style, to be clear. This is an image that I commissioned off of a friend. She's actually very talented. Yeah, sorry to disappoint. No, but I do have some stuff that I've done myself. Literally, like, my PNG tuber is something that I have done for myself. I'm not totally washed, okay? Like, but this is one of the renderings of the character I'm drawing that I very much like. This art, by the way, is made by Little Green Wivey on Tumblr. She does good work. But yeah, I want to get myself a PNG tuber of that character, and so I figured what better way to do that than just, like, actually drawing it. But I need to, you know, actually draw it. Lol. Lamau. Alright, so... key traits that Rennis has. Okay, so we need to start with her horns, probably, because girl has horns as hell. Like, that is a key trait of hers. I don't know, I don't think that I like that one too much. There we go. Okay, yeah. If I just zoom in, I'll have a little bit better, I think. Yeah, so if I'm gonna do this, I need to make sure that she's got eyes going on. Just gonna demarcate that like so. No, I don't want her to be, like, looking too much to the right. I want her to be Unlike my current PNG tuber, I want her to actually have both of her eyes visible to the stream. So... most basic bitch way of getting her drawn, I guess, would be... I find that, yeah, she's got, like, some shoulder there. This is all extremely sketchy, so it's not gonna be, like, the lasting version. Her snoot is going to get mostly folded in with her face shape. Actually, yeah. She's got a little bit more angularity to her face. Why am I doing this on the very first bit of sketchiness for her? Because I want to. What's in Arenas? Got her cute little horns. There we go. That's something. Have her eyes roughly the same height. Yeah. Yeah, like that sort of thing. Yeah, that does stuff. There we go, okay. There we go. Cute little nostrils. She's out here dragging. Yay. A little too broad, I fear. But you know what they say, they're called broad shoulders because they go on broads. Well, let's see, how did... Okay, I'm seeing how she did that. She just sort of brought it all the way back around. Which, I think actually I will take that. I say I'll take that as though I wasn't the one who, like, provided her with source imagery. And references for the character. There we go. Nah. I'll put on some, like, armor and stuff later. Yeah, those eyes do seem a little bit low. If I do that... Nope. Nope. They end up looking entirely too Lenny. No, yeah. I gotta just move these up. That'll brighten her facial expression quite a bit. It's amazing what a little bit of elevation will do to an expression. We're going to trim the bottom pixel off that, though. She does look like she's craning her neck back a bit, don't she? Like here, of course she is craning her neck back a little, because she's gotta. Her head just looks too small on this body, I think. I think if I thin the neck a little bit. Because she is a kobold. She's supposed to be a little bit of a smallish creature. That is entirely too pronounced of a collarbone. Just tracing, how the hell does... Yeah, no, she just looks cramped there. Let's move her up a little bit. Give her that. Yay. I love outside lines. I do not like these inside lines. Inside lines are annoying. Alright, I'm thinking of her, like, body is a little bit too one-dimensional, so I need to do something to put some perspective on this side to make it seem like it's a little bit closer to the camera. I always was bad at it when they told me to do self-portraits in class. I don't want this to just, like, my current PNG tuber does look like just a freaking RPG talk sprite, which works well enough in some circumstances, but, like... That's not what I'm going for, you know? Alright, drop that shoulder. Drop that shoulder. Nope, that's too much. You know what? We'll just worry about one side, and then we'll get to the other, and it'll be fine. Hey, Cypher, what's up? How you doing? For the first time in a while, I am actually using XSplit, because XSplit does, multiple things. Hi. Your mouth is on fire? That seems like it could be a problem. You good? Spicy chicken wrap. Oh, goodness. It's been a while since I had one of them. Where's it from? Whoa, we drain. Rating? Me? Was a party of one? What? What? How? What? Thanks. Thank you. I don't think I've ever actually been rated before. McD's? McD's? McD's what? Party of one because I'm just starting, lol? Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm also out here just starting. How you doing? How was your stream? What did you stream? Tell me about it. I can actually convey which direction I'm looking using the pauldrons now that I think about it. Thank you. I am not going to claim to be great at it, but I do art enough. My icon is... I say my icon, my PNG YouTuber is myself. A little bit of Minecraft and then some art? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We love doing Minecraft and art. Freaking right side of this neck is just... I say, yeah, my right, her left is just constantly tweaking me out. Like, how the hell do I... Like, I can't do that. Then she just looks like she's got the frickin' mega neck. Whatever. This probably works well enough. I'm trying to render a character that I've had for a number of years, in the character canon, I guess, that I've got going on. She is what my current PNG YouTuber was before she became a dragon golem thing. She's a little kobold. But I need to make sure that I actually, like... I would like to stream with her actually as my little character. But, is gonna be a little bit before I can actually get her into a state where I can do stuff. Although, you know, depending on how this goes, like, I could have her done and in a usable state by stream's end, though I have my doubts about that. Yeah, because if I just do that, and then... Because I'm, to some extent, emulating. Believe it can be done? Yeah, I think it can be done, too. I'm attempting to make her look at least a bit like this rendering of her that a friend of mine did. By the way, shout out to Little Green YV on Tumblr. She's cool, she does good art. Come on, how the heck did she... Ah, I'm seeing. Inshallah, it will all work out. If I do it like that, then I can have it here, which reveals a little bit of her chest, if I recall. Yeah. How incarnation? Oh, I'm seeing. I've got entirely too much of a dip going on here. That would explain a lot, frankly. Let's fix that. Why does she look like she's looking so smugly at me? Like, girl, what you smugging at me like that for? Makes you look more that way. Keep your eyes on the game, girl. Sure, why not thicken those up? That's fine. Now she just looks like she's going, but that's none of my business. Oh my goodness. You know what? It don't matter. Good for her. Now she looks like she has no shoulder in that case. Like, she does have an existent amount of shoulder, so, like, we have to have that be properly portrayed. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's around about where that actually would be, so... Then we can pull that down to there. There we go. That's nice, I think. And even if it's not, like, nice, it suffices alright. I can hear my wife downstairs telling one of our cats that she's not going outside. She wants to go outside so badly, but it's rainy as heck out there. Not to, like, dox myself or anything, but, like, It's been raining pretty hard all day here. Alright, now let's reshape this face a little. Yeah, that's something. Head still feels a little bit tiny. Fortunately, Ace Sprite has a wonderful suite of tools. Make her bigger. If we just, like, make her a little bit bigger, and then set her head on like that. Okay, no, that actually, I think that works well. Like, look at that. I think that works. Like, I mean, I'm obviously gonna have to clean up her line work, but the fact that her head now seems a little bit more proportional to me, I think is a good sign. Now, let's see. So if I do... Nope, that's wrong. That smooth, yay. Do a little bit of joining there. Actually, I don't think that needs to be, like, joined so much, but that there should be connected. Get that all clipped a little bit closer. If I do that, how does that look? I don't hate it. Because, like, her face is supposed to be very gently linked in. Well, I want to check something. Narrow it just a little. Now that looks like cross-eyed for some reason. Ah, close enough. clean up some of these lines so that they actually connect up. That one shouldn't be going above that. There we go. I don't know, I feel like that works a little bit better. This one might be shaped a little bit strangely. I mean, it did go a bit high, so... that would potentially explain some of it. Round this one off just a little bit. Make sure that her frills are correct. She's also supposed to have, like, some brow ridges, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm having trouble figuring out just how I would manage that. Oh. Well, that'd make sense. Simple as just draw them on. Wow. I mean, if it works, right? Yeah, that works. That works well enough, probably. I think. Yeah, yeah, sure. Now, I'm forgetting the hotkey for new frame. It's Alt-N. What the hell is... Oh. Oh, well that would explain it. Where the hell is onioning? Because that's supposed to be a thing that is working. Why is it not? It's very strange. There we go. Now I have to redraw this whole character. There we go. Nope, that's gonna look a bit funky. Not quite. Connect that up. Bring that around down. I'm gonna pull this one up and have it do the thing. There we go. That should suffice. Not quite. Pull that down. I actually kind of like the way that that one looks. That's good. Pull it up to snout point. Refine it a little bit. That. Sure, why not? that indicate that there is, in fact, a delineation of the arm there. Worst. No, that one just looks way too blocky. I don't want it to be a perfect lineup. Well, I guess it's gonna be. Put her some eyes here. Nope, give her a little bit of that now. Come on. That looks too Fluttershy. I mean, like, she might be a little bit Fluttershy, but she's not that Fluttershy. There we go. Alright, and then lastly... gotta give her cute little brow ridges. Nope, that last one looked wrong. Yeah, sure, that works. And I say lastly for that last one, but actually lastly. Now, let's see, if we toggle off the onion skin, yeah, no, that works. And then if we just, like, oh, right, her eyes are a different width. That's, that's a problem. That's fine. She just looks a little bit wiggly now. What? I sense a kitty. Hi, kitty. Hello, kitty baby cat. I hold a kitty baby cat. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by a cat. She's a very good cat, but I am getting distracted by her. Is it Alt B for a new one that's transparent, right? Yeah, alright, so. Give her that. down to right about there. Pull that down. Pull that down. Say pull that down. Sharpen it. Alright, pull that around. Put her up there. That's fine. Give her mouth. For her little beefy. Yeah, okay, there we go. Nah, that's fine. That's fine there. Pull that down. That down. Nope. Down, sharpen it down. I am turning her into a strange, essential design. As long as the essence of her is present, then a drawing works. I'll be doing, like, actual proper eyes at some point. Because if I'm being so for real, these eyes are placeholders. Nope. That's a little bit too thin. There we go. That works. That'll work well enough. Up. Nope. Second one was spiked wrong. Widen that. There we go. Now, let's see. What does it look like if we play this? Okay, she looks a little bit wobbly, but she looks actually, like, relatively consistent. Okay, let's do a little bit to clean her up just a tiny bit. Make this one a touch. Now, this one doesn't... Aside from clearing that bit right there, this doesn't really need to be made any more consistent with the other ones. We are going to be putting our empty frame in between here, though. Nope, not there. Why is this one so difficult for me to follow along with? There we go. Yeah, that works. I don't need this to be, like, the perfectly essential one. But I do want it to, like most of the others, generally adhere to the silhouette that we've got going. Gosh darn it, I can hear Pizza Pants talking in my head. Saying stuff about little buddy. The dangers of listening to the music from games that you've played. Yeah, I think that does a thing. Oops, that's a little bit too much. Get rid of that. Thicken the snoot just a little. Yeah, let's do that. One over there. There we go. The neck is one of the most wibbly parts of her design, I think. But that's fine. Come on, you. Close enough. Close enough for government work, I say, not working for the government. Now, I feel like this is going to be one of those that is better pushed than pulled, but apparently it worked on a push that time, so whatever. No. Nope, not that. Oof. That can be... Bend a little bit that way. Oh, that's a little bit too thin. That should work well enough. That one down, that one up. That one down. There we go. And lastly, the eyes, which, again, placeholder as hell. This whole thing is, in part, just an exercise in me getting better at just whooping, just tossing stuff into a canvas and being like, there you go. Check it. Okay, turn off the onion skin. Yeah, she's a little bit wibbly, but like, it's her. She's there. Consistently. Okay, no, I don't hate this. I think she might be just a little bit too wibbly. but it's probably fine. Who doesn't love a weird, slightly wibbly-wobbly dragon? I say dragon. She is a kobold. Considerations are occurring. Well. Okay, so even though... So her coloration, I kind of want to have be exactly the same throughout the frames. And her eyes will be, like, a little bit different. Because, like, I am going to have to do 4 variations on her eyes. But that's fine. She ain't called Silver Scale for nothing. I feel like I should elaborate on that a little bit. This character's name is Renna Silverscale. She's nice. She's a paladin. Yeah, that'll be like that. I'll have a little pocket of her chest coloration poking through. Oh, goodness. I love forgetting exactly which shade of pale blue. Oh, goodness. Nope, it's this one, though. Exactly which shade of pale blue I'm working with for her other scales. The hell? Very bright, but that's fine. Weird nacho cheese gold shoulder pads. That's fine, though. We're just vibing. There is a gap in there? Where? Apparently, all around. That's cool. There is still a gap. Well, ain't no more. What? No, I don't want to do that. Link these cells. There we go. That's important. Oh, dang. I forgot to do her horns. That's kind of important for her. What's a girl without her horns? Yeah, no, she looks a little bit weird if we aren't on the first frame. That's fine. Drop the onion skin. Well, actually, the onion skin is helping me see the little edges, so... maybe we actually keep it on. I love when I go to a new frame and suddenly everything's just a little bit screwed up still. It's actually kind of awesome. That one still needed to be sharpened. Oops. Yeah, this one. Now, even though she's a little bit funky, what's going on with her mouth there? There we go. Not perfect, but significantly stabilized in that regard, at least. Her eyebrow is just Her eyebrow? Her eyelid is just crawling right. Weird. The power of hide the base layer, the one that's animated. Bloody hell. That's cool. Anyway. Let's at least get some eyes that aren't just this on her. How do I want to do this? It's like... this just turns into... oops, she's staring at the camera. Which looks weird as heck. But also, is it a bad thing if she's looking at the camera? I don't know that it is. Alright, first off, freaky miss eyes. Yay. We do that, then we're gonna put like a little bit of eyelid over it. Okay, 1 second. We're... deleting base layer eyes. Today on my stream, girl is struggling with how to draw eyes. Even though it's like the first thing that everyone got obsessed with when they started trying their hand at art. That's not so bad. Incredibly calculated in their design, but not so bad. Gotta make sure the lid goes up to there. Hey, Umberstella, how you doing? I am struggling to make eyes. It's the way of things, it seems. Not necessarily a bad... That's the wrong selection. Yeah, I'm having moments. But that's fine. UI looks like it's from Windows 97. Windows 97 wasn't even a thing. You can't fool me. There's Windows 95 and Windows 98. I grew up on Windows 98, actually. It's where I learned to do most of my stuffs. Alright, so if I just take this, Control X, put that up there. There we go. Now, if I hide lids, over here, yeah, we're just gonna Control X that, put that up on the lids layer. Hello? Hello? Oh, the lids layer is hidden. That explains it. You're so sleepy, got your OSs confused? Oh no. But yeah, it's, this is a sprite. It is designed very much to be like a... How to put this? It is meant to be basically like a classic MS Paint sort of image editor. Hold on, I need to do a little bit of measurement so that I know how I'm doing this. I would say nope, still no clue what I'm doing, but I have some clue. I'm not totally unclued. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing with these eyes, because it's... They are distinctly not symmetrical in, like, their heights. That's fine. I just... Yeah, because it's like... this sort of thing going on. Or... No, it was one lower than that. Because, yeah, it was looking sort of like this as a baseline for the eyes. And the thing is, like, even though this is the baseline for what I'm doing with these eyes, I don't want this to be the exact same thing on every layer. Know what I'm saying? I say every layer, every frame. me actually show what the hell I'm working with in general. While I put dim peepers everywhere. There we go. Alright. So yeah, I'm working on a new PNG tuber. However, she looks a little bit funky at the moment, as you can maybe tell. And among other things, because I've already got her, like, a little bit wibbly for all of these other frames, because I don't want her to be, like, super static looking, unlike my current icon, which is deliberately meant to be static, because she's a robot. But, for this one, I actually want her to have, like, a little bit of wibble. Obviously, as you can see, her eyelids are doing something. And part of that is because it's weird in those other ones. So if I pull off those... Suggestive eyebrow wiggle. I mean... I'm not saying she wouldn't do that. Oh goodness, that's fucky. I'm getting flashbacks to the Slay the Princess streams. Everyone knows the look. Even I know the look. Says the Broken. Lol. Lamau? But yeah, so like... okay, one moment. So... for base state... on some of these has eyes. That's not supposed to be the case. Well, okay. She's not supposed to have, like, actual eyebrows, I would say. For having these placeholder as hell little, like, blocks of stuff, that's fine. But the rest of the stuff around it, nah. Because that's going to be interfering with the stuff that is on the higher layers. At least if I am allowing any transparency on the higher layers. I have been brought a food.
Pepperoni mushroom, chicken and bacon, with ranch on the side if you want to do a chicken bacon.
Oh, thank you. This is a lots of foods.
I did not trust my skills with the ingredients I have and that pizza oven to try to do a margarita. I apologize.
It's okay.
But shit is fighting me. I ain't making any more pizza in that little oven.
It's alright. Stella says hi.
Hi. So, are we good for park on Thursday?
Oh, yeah, no, that's a yeah.
Good deal.
She's looking forward to seeing y'all. As am I, like, just to be clear. Anyway, so if we put the eyes and the lids back on, likewise, hell yeah. So, like, yeah, unfortunately, this does result in her eyes being, like, entirely too static while the rest of her is moving, and I don't like that. I don't want that to be the case. Alright, actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so single pixel stuff for the eyes. Working a different shade of stuff. Actually, you know what? No, that was fine. I have also been brought a beverage. I am being spoiled food-wise. Incorrect freaking circle. Imagine trying to draw an oval and being bad at it. Couldn't be me. Close enough. A little bit funky, but it'll work. Alright, so now that we know that it's all fitting within the correct general parameters, for all of these eyes. So I need to have the eyes be wiggly. If I don't have the eyes be wiggly just a little bit, it'll feel weird. I don't know, she might look a little bit like she's trying to cry, but like, hopefully not. Alright, there we go. I wonder. I think this will look weird if I just do that. Give it a little bit of shine up there and over there. Up there and down there. That one's weird. Yeah, like, this is almost definitely gonna be really weird looking, and I'm definitely gonna have to come through and, like, clean these up to not seem anomalous as hell, but, like, that's fine. Yeah, like, no, those are... Oh, yeah, no, her eyes are tweaking. That's fine. Let's see. Currently are only in front of Sprite. Yeah, okay, so if I... do a little bit of that, do a little bit of symmetry with these sparkles. No, that's wrong. There. A little bit there. Oh, actually, I kind of like the way that that could look. Clearing those out. Make those look a little bit more similar to each other. Yeah, alright, turn off onion skin and... now to make sure that some stuff actually looks vaguely not insane. Hmm. Alright, let's try that. That shine is too much. Mainly because the lids aren't properly covering stuff. Whoops, okay, no, I was drawing on the wrong layer. Whatever, if I just hide the eyes and I go over a couple layers, like, okay, no, it's fine. The lids are doing some work, but that's fine. Do a little bit of reduction there, and there. Yeah, okay, that's... Okay, don't like how it's, like, jumping back and forth here. Like, it's fine that it's a little bit wobbly, but the fact that it's, like, jumping all the way up there all of a sudden feels a little bit strange. Yeah, none of these other three frames have one even in that spot, so... minimizing the anomalousness of these eyes while maintaining them as a little bit weird is not super easy. Workable, I think, actually. I don't know, what you think? I think it kind of works. Thing is, in order to have a gif of yapping, oh goodness, that's gonna be a hell of a time, because she's gonna have to be moving her whole body for that. Left shoulder's a bit bouncy. Our left or her left? Are we talking about this one? It does seem to be twitching between two potential states, yeah. I do wonder if I just... I have been scratched. If I just do that... Let's tweak that a little. There we go. Let's see. That... That should be a little bit less... visually distracting. No, I think I'm seeing what you're meaning. In this one frame, it does seem like it's just suddenly way lower. We literally just pick it up a little bit. Move those a little bit. Become more in line with a consensus reality. I don't know. I feel like that's less weird. Like, still jiggly. Oh, she's got some, coloration going on here. That's fine. There we go. There we go. Now she's just a weird little creature. And this is what 2 hours of work gets. And while I may not be, like, the best at this, I'm generally not, like, horrible at it. Also, though, there we go. Her nose, the little snoot bit was, unsharpened. And I needed it to be sharpened. Four versions of the same image, roughly 30 minutes each. Yeah, now granted, a lot of those were going off of, having the base and then sketching sort of over that. But yeah. Like, that base layer has been... It got traced, like, 3 whole times. A lot of that time went into conceptualizing and actually, like, drawing out that base layer. I'm just trying to consider how in the heck I'm going to begin to have, like, her actually yapping. A girl may wonder, and a girl may never know. I say a girl may never know, I'm about to find the heck out. No, yeah, like, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, her mouth open and she going yap, yap, yap. Because unlike my own, like, actual me talking image, which is deliberately based off of a sound clip of me talking, this is going to be basically going off of the, like, if you've ever seen Penny's, like, Babble the Rabbit talking animation, how it's like, yap, yap, yap. Like, it'll be going like that instead of my little, like, jaw opening a little bit. Could have sworn I showed it to you, like, literally yesterday. The cute little rabbit. And she's babbling. Is the neck intentionally set back like that? Yes. Yes. It's a little bit funky, but yes, it's entirely intentional. Because otherwise she's gonna look like she's craning her neck forward weird. And also it's based off of this image that I had done. I like this image. Good image. She is holding her heart in this image. My heart, as it were. What the hell? Oh, that's fine. Alright, so for this... Oh, goodness. So, her default is going to be just chillin'. Actually, you know what? No. This one's gonna be blink. And we can come over here and... That's silly. I get sneezed so many. Alright, blink is 7 to 8. One moment, let's verify that. 5 and 9 are supposed to be the same one. Something is screwy. Alright. 1 and 5 are the same. 2 and 6 are the same. 3 and 7 are the same. 4 and... Nope, not 8. Okay, good. 5 and 9. And it's 6. 7 and 11. 8 and 12. Good. What the hell? What is 16 identical to? Why is 16 a copy of frame 1? For feck's sake. Whatever. Okay. These are gonna be the yap. And these are going to be the blink yap. Okay. Okay, there we go. This should work. I think. This too is Yuri. Is very good. I have not eaten much of it though, because stream is still going.
Right.
Alright, let's see. With Blink, we're mainly going to be working in the lids layer, I think. I think that works. To start with. I just realized her eyes don't have any whites to them. That's fine, but that's a little bit odd. Like, she is supposed to have whites to her eyes. Whatever. I'll fix that at some point. That is not right now. Front layer only, in front of sprite. There we go. Loop through tag frames. Good. Alright, so... Oh, goodness gracious. This blink is probably gonna look weird, but it's fine. Who doesn't like a weird blink? You know what? No. No, no, no. I need to fix this, because this is... I'm not doing that, like, bottom lid thing, I don't think. That seems silly. Nah. We are doing... Top lid starts to come down a little bit. That one there, 2 pixels. Alright, so... Alright, so we have mostly blink. And we're gonna have a fully blink. Which looks weird right now. Just trust the process. I just have to trust the process. That's all I gotta do. Touch this one up so that it looks normal as heck. She's gonna look a little bit derpy on this frame, but that's fine. Yeah, no, this frame looks weird as hell. That's fine. Yeah, that works. That works well enough, I think, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to copy these over. No, come on. Come on. Copy these lid frames over to Blink Yap. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, just delete them from Blink Yap first. You having a laugh, Ace Sprite. There you go. Go there. Alright. Alright, so we've done Blink stuff. I'll be honest, I feel like I should probably go. The tired's is hitting me, so I think I should stop now. Y'all have a lovely night. I am... Oh, goodness. It has hit me. Please stay safe. Take care. Don't die. Don't you dare die. Okay? Okay. Let me pull up the actual thing so that I can end stream. Stay safe. Good night.